Alright, what's up guys? You're watching the CT Outdoorsman. It is Sunday, July 10th, and here today to talk about something that if you would type it into YouTube, you'd find hundreds of videos on, but that is broadheads. Now, I'm not going to really go into specifics about each of the kind of broadheads that I got here, but I'm just going to give you kind of the basics of the different kinds of broadheads and experiences I've had with them. So I've got two different kinds of broadheads here. Some of them are a little bit of hybrids of each other, so I'll kind of go over that when I get to it. So really, to me, there are two, maybe three different kind of broadheads. One, fixed blades. So fixed blades are just broadheads that the blades are just open, they're there, they don't move, they don't do anything. Now, kind of with that, you get different variations of fixed blade broadheads. One example would be a Muzzy. Muzzy has a choker, or a choker tip, I think is what they're called, tip on it. So when it goes through, it doesn't cut right away. There's probably about a half an inch tip. Sort of looks like that. This little tip right here, and then it's got the blades on it. And it's really good through punching through bone, cutting, and I mean Muzzy's been around for a long time. They've had great success in making broadheads. And then I would say the next kind of broadhead is a cut-on contact head. I mean, you got a lot of different variations with cut-on contact heads. For example, you got this Dirt Nap Gear DRT. So as you can see, there's no choker tip. As soon as it hits flesh, it's cutting. And then another example, you got this NAP Killzone with a cut-on contact head. So again, as soon as it hits flesh, it's cutting. And so you got a lot of different variations with cut-on contact heads as well. And I would say you could find, going back to fixed blades and even cut-on contacts, you can get blades with single bevel or double bevel design on it. So what that means is a double bevel is sharpened like a knife blade, so it's sharpened on two sides and it comes together and forms a V. A single bevel design is if you have a straight edge and then you just sharpen one end, so it kind of creates like a triangle sort of this way. Now this isn't the single bevel design of this Dirt Nap DRT. This is the double bevel. But what the single bevel design does is when the head enters the animal, it actually causes it to spin more than a double bevel design. So you get a lot more slicing through, and you're causing more damage. But it's also a lot better for punching through bone, and particular ribs, shoulders, things whitetail hunters, elk hunters, a lot of big game hunters in North America want in a head. So those are some advantages with shooting a cut-on contact or fixed blade heads. Third kind of head is mechanical. Now, there are hundreds of mechanical heads out on the market. I've got three here, three different styles here. First one is an NAP Killzone. So you can see I've shot this head for 3 years and I've had great luck with it. I mean, the only problem I've ever had with it is just punching through shoulders. But again, I'm shooting a 100 grain head, 60-pound bow. I think a pretty light arrow, so it's not getting a very strong punching power. So I mean, if I just put it away from the shoulder but still in the vitals, it's a pass through every time. But so you can see this Killzone has a 2-inch cutting diameter on it, which is ridiculous for a broadhead. Leaves great blood trails, and it's a good head. Next one is a Schwacker. Schwackers I've used 2 years, and I mean, if I had broadhead tuned my bow to this head, which I didn't, and some of you guys are going to give me grief about that, I was 12, 13 years old, so I didn't even really know what broadhead tuning was. But I think if I were to broadhead tune my bow to this head, I think I would have great success with it. Pretty much the science behind it is it'll enter the flesh like that, and then see this little orange-yellow shrink band right here? When the flesh hits these blades, the blades push out and it breaks that band, and then it opens up into a 1 3/4 inch cutting diameter again, which is very big. So that's another design. And then NAP also makes Spitfire, which is, I believe this one is 1 3/4 cutting diameter also, but this one is a 3-blade. You can see there, and the blades are kind of offset, so it kind of gets that spin going through it. But again, these blades are locked into place during flight, so they just fold up like this, and then when it hits, opens up into 1 3/4 inch cutting diameter. I mean, out of all these heads, the Killzone is the one I've had the greatest amount of success with. But I did get these this year, like I said before, the DRT, by Dirt Nap, and I'm really excited about these heads, and I think I'm gonna give them a try. And these heads are very versatile. I've watched a lot of videos, read a lot of reviews, and nothing but good things about this head. So hopefully, this head just does a good job for me, and I really hope it does. But I mean, you'll watch a lot of videos, and a lot of guys will say this broadhead's better than this one. You can watch a lot of broadhead review or tests. Guys will shoot through plywood or shoot through ballistics gel, shoot through oil barrels, and all sorts of stuff. And I mean, all that's good. It shows what broadheads are meant to do. But for me, the deciding factor is when it comes to an animal. And I mean, the best broadhead test I can say I've ever seen was a gentleman who had gotten a roadkill deer, so it had all of its vitals, everything still in it, and he set it up, and he tested broadheads through it. And some people may think that's wrong, that animal should just be put in the woods and left to use, but that roadkill was fresh, and there was no damage to the meat or anything like that after he was done. So after he cleaned that animal, after all of his tests were done, he donated that deer to Hunters Feeding the Hungry. So that deer did not go to waste, and it was used a lot better than it just rotting on the side of the road. So that, honestly, to me, was the best broadhead test I'd ever seen done. And you know what? A lot of these broadheads on the market today, if you make a good shot, they're going to work for you. And some guys are loyal to one company. Some guys try different heads every year. And you know what? I can say I've been loyal to NAP for 3-4 years now. And you know what? It's nothing against the Killzone whatsoever. I mean, if I hadn't gotten these DRTs by Dirt Nap this year, I'd still be shooting the Killzone this year. But I'm definitely gonna give these DRTs a try, because this thing just looks like it's just gonna cause a lot of damage, and it's gonna put the animal down quickly. So that's really all I've got to really talk about for you guys for broadheads. Coming up, I might do a broadhead test. I gotta figure it out. I gotta see if I can get what I need to do a broadhead test. Hopefully do it a little bit different from some other people, but we'll see. But I will have a product review. I've got a new target on order. I've got the Glendale pre-rut buck coming in. Should be here on Wednesday, so hopefully I'll be doing a review on that very soon. I'm very excited about that target, and I definitely think it will do a lot better than the other targets I've had. But so that's enough talking about that. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, let me know in the comments below. Hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. And also follow me on Instagram. It's @CTOutdoorsman. And I'll see you guys next time.